right, let's do program 1107. The third week in February 2018. If you guys are on the Thursday night show, well, you just had a new moon at 27 Aquarius. That's the one that opposes President, not my President, Trump's chart. And everybody's going to get on his case for a full month. Yeah, he deserves it. Well, here's your chart. And we're going to run the moon around the edge and see what it's like day by day. Give you the mood of the times. The sun isn't square to Jupiter. People are still overdoing it. But Jupiter has a nice sextile to Pluto yet. There's still some discovery going on. Maybe I can provide a little of that. While you're watching the show, Mercury here is sextile Uranus. So you're getting little zaps of higher mental science. Yep. Here's Chiron. Chiron, I'm not used to Chiron much because it's a key, they say, the symbol. But I see it as a crescent that over the circle of spirits. That the wounded healer, they call Chiron, rules Virgo. So that's very clear. He's a helper and he's into health. So this show is going to be about health. All right, let's run the moon around the edge here. Here's the anti-Trump, we'll call it. The anti-Trump new moon goes until March 14th. Thursday night, here's the moon. It's making a nice sextile to Saturn. Real late. Get organized, huh? Late Thursday night. Friday, the 16th. Well, there's a Mars square early in the morning. Around breakfast, you could be impatient and angry. You know, ask yourself what you're protecting. Some physical thing you got to do to protect. The anger will go away right away. Friday is an interesting time because here's Neptune. And Neptune is the planet of compassion and sensitivity and drunkenness and thievery. There's two little fish with their tails tied together. So which side are you on? You find out Friday. You know, if you begin talking to dogs and cats and see the moon in the sky, say, hello, mother. You know, maybe, read a little Jesus. He's a very good example of Neptune. So, go positive. You're better off if you don't drink alcohol. It just numbs you. That's the bad side of Neptune. Numbs your upper brain till you don't know what you're doing. Saturday, here's discovery. In the morning, here's a nice trine to Pluto, or it's a sextile, 60 degrees, even a little better than a trine sometimes. And discovery goes on early Saturday morning. Aha, here's the moon trining Jupiter, and the wisdom planet says, aha, now we discovered a whole bunch of stuff. It happens all through the middle of the day, Saturday, February 17th, with the moon in Pisces. Hits Chiron just before dinner probably, and you'll think about helping somebody. Go out and give $10 to the nearest homeless person. The moon goes into Aries here when you wake up Sunday mornings. Very different feeling. You're no longer spiritual and helping and emotional now, intellectual, and we're going to get tough. Here's the moon squaring Saturn. This is happening just before dinner Sunday night, and we're all turning into a Grinch. No money, no time, blah, 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 grump, grump, grump. You got to get out of that because here's Mars and Venus. And they're in harmony. I didn't mention that, huh? Mars is sextiling Venus. Venus comes first here, so we're all going to feel kind of sexy and warm and cuddly Sunday night around 10, 11 o'clock. You got to wait until 1 or 2 in the morning. Mars comes in and says, how about some stretching exercises? I'll rub your neck for you. This could be very romantic. Sunday night, Monday morning. Monday, the 19th, the moon's going to square Pluto. It's between lunch and dinner, and there's a little panicky feeling. I don't think it's enough to do this is not a drill. I laugh at that every time I think about it. No, it is a drill. No, it's a mistake. They followed it with two screens that were fictitious, trying to explain their mistake. A week later, the confusion goes on. There's a sharpness here, however, Tuesday morning, 4 o'clock in the morning when the moon goes by Uranus. And get technical, get scientific. Common sense comes out. Check the internet and the TV. There's things, there's all of a sudden the zap, good communications. Tuesday, the moon's in Taurus for most of the day. After breakfast, it shifts into Taurus. It's quite nice. Here's a sextile to the sun in Pisces, about noontime. Here's a trine to Saturn. You're all organized, got plans, got a project. Tuesday's a good day. Wednesday, on the 21st, the moon's opposing Venus. Squaring Venus. We're all stuck in gluttony and can't stop thinking of sugar. The moon's sextile Neptune. This is a spiritual time, artistic time. It's not for sugar and sex Wednesday morning, even though you're drooling at the mouth, That Wednesday night, here's a trine to Pluto. Now I understand. More discovery goes on. Yeah, it's very nice Wednesday. Thursday morning, this Jupiter opposition, too much clowning around here at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, Thursday morning. Look out, it'll keep you up. Moon's in Taurus. Thursday, about the middle of the day, the moon shifts into Gemini. And it squares the sun after dinner, so ambition is not going to work very well Thursday night. Moon in Gemini. Gets downright confusing. Here's Friday. Whoops, here's the square to Neptune. Ugh. Here's an opposition to Mars. A square to Mercury. Can't talk. Can't control our anger and our lust and all that stuff. Thank heavens Venus is there. She comes in to your Friday last. You got to go through confusion, miscommunications, anger, and finally you'll get to a little loving and rewardness late Friday night, the 23rd. Saturday, moon still in Gemini, pretty much until dinner time, and there's a nice sextile to Uranus. So this is a good time to think about getting that app. Get the free app. Go to the App Store. Set your little tablet up or your phone up for a free chart. Touch a couple buttons. There's the chart, and now you know where the moon is. You know where the angles are. It's really neat. It'll just teach you astrology. By doing, that's the only way to learn it. So go for it Saturday. In the afternoon, the moon shifts into Cancer. The vibes change. It starts to get kind of dark and closed in. Sunday morning, the moon opposes Saturn. All those guys in the dark suits and the ties, the government, the bureaucrats, they're at it again. Ugh. But you got projects. There is a trine to the sun. It'll happen shortly after you get bummed out because of the rules and regulations. Well, I can do it anyway. That's the theme for Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon, here's a nice trine to Neptune. Music. Good time for church. Mercury's there. Get out and sing and preach and write some poetry. Sunday night, that's for religion. Hope you get some. It's the way it is. The third week in February 2018. Before I get into the home remedies, I want to call in an earthquake prediction from the 1st of January when I was drawing Uranus like this. Here's that full moon, January 1st. That full moon that I used to do some astrocartography. And what did I find? great potential, for an earthquake. Here's the line of Uranus, and it ran right up through here. I drew this oval. Remember that? I drew that oval on the side of. Now what happened was, smack in the middle of the oval, on January 19th, there's a 6.3 earthquake right there. Now included in that prediction, you remember, I said, whoa, we get an earthquake over here, there could be tsunami warnings here. Some kind of tsunami warning, because Neptune was on here. No, it wasn't a tsunami warning, was it? No, it was, that's not a drill. It was a warning over a fictitious nuke, which is kind of the same as, tsunamis aren't there, you can't see them. Same with nukes. Anyway, we got our nuke thing on January 15th. We got our 6.3 on January 19th. The earthquake prediction was right spot on, okay? Right next to that Uranus line. The Neptune thing, I can only laugh. I didn't know what could be an alarm except a tsunami. Now I know. It's not a drill. It's not a drill. Another thing, an astrocartography thing. The 1/4 moons and the 3/4 moons I usually don't present to you. But, they oftentimes are very telling. And this one, here was the 3rd quarter moon, January 8th. When you looked at the astrocartographies, boy, there's a bunch of lines going through Hawaii. What are they? Here's Pluto on the top of the chart. Pluto is nukes and missiles and alarm, and I call it eek, a bug. And here's Venus and the Sun, and here's Uranus. There's your cell phone, see? Running right through Hawaii with Pluto there. I mean, wow. So I got the moon, Pluto, Uranus, the Sun, Venus, and Pluto all running right through little Hawaii. And what we got on Saturday the 13th was, this is not a drill, nuclear panic on the island. Wow. When I did the chart for the 3/4 moon, and I just did that for Kona, it's real evident. Here's Pluto and the Sun and Venus right up, see, 18, 19, the midheaven, 17. It's right on the midheaven. And here's the moon over here. These are people panicking, having some lunacy. And here's Uranus right on the rising. We all felt alone. We all felt life was short. So Pluto on the top of the chart, Uranus rising, the moon opposing. This is not a drill. So you got to watch these 1/4 moons and 3/4 moons if you're going to do real astrocartography. Ben Franklin put a lot of useful little tidbits in his poor Richard's Almanac. So here's the equivalent in poor Raleigh's Almanac, video almanac. I'm going to talk about home remedies and basically cover stuff that happens to your skin and your teeth. First aid for that, and then treating pains, and then treating some of the odd mental problems, little mental health things. I got a degree in psych. They come and go. We all get depressed. We all get anxious. We all get scared and panicky. This is not a drill. Okay, let's go to first aid first. What do you want to use for skin wounds and possible little infections, and also toothaches are just infections of the gum next to the tooth. So what can you use to do that, keep you out of the dentist chair? Okay, you got a little scratch or an owie, you want to disinfect it. First is tea tree oil. Yeah, it's Australian tree, and the oil is nice. It just, just put it on your skin, put it on the wound. Now you can also put a dab on your finger and put it in your mouth next to the toothache. It soaks down next to the tooth and kills whatever infection between the gum and the tooth. Tea tree oil kills bacteria and fungus. Okay, and it's great. You can use it at very dilute concentrations. Now the second disinfectant that I really like and I've used for years is garlic. Here's a big clump of, you buy these in the store, they're really cheap. You get the whole thing. And what you do, you take a clove off of here and cut the ends off, okay, and peel it, and you got like a little root beer barrel. And you can use these in your mouth. And the thing that kills virus, like nothing else kills virus, but garlic does, has a long chain sulfide molecule. It's the part that makes your eyes water. It evaporates, bang, it flashes off. So you can't use old garlic, you use fresh garlic. If you just bite it a little bit in your mouth, you get this hot flash. Direct the hot flash to the toothache. If you got a sore throat, put it on the side of your throat and inhale it to your lungs and your throat. You can kill viruses, flu bugs, before they get into your lungs. Yeah, so you can treat your ears, your nose, not your eyes, it burns. But you suck these like a piece of candy, and that toothache will be gone in a day and a half. Okay? Yeah. Garlic cloves for toothaches. You can mash these, make a little poultice with olive oil, and put them on wounds, and it will clean the wound and disinfect it very nicely. They used it in World War II. They ran out of sulfa drugs. They were having to saw off limbs in London. And then somebody remembered the Egyptians fed those guys building the pyramids. Something like a third of their diet was garlic to keep them healthy. So garlic is super good for you. Kills virus. Tea tree kills bacteria and fungus. Have them both around all the time. Use them on you. Don't put tea tree on your cat, by the way. It's poison to them. Okay, let's talk about pain. I got in trouble with tramadol. A lot of people in trouble with painkillers. Turns out aspirin is a great painkiller. The trouble is a lot of people think aspirin will give you ulcers and put holes in your stomach and things because it's an acid. It comes from the willow tree, the bark of the willow tree. And so what I've learned, thanks to my ex-wife in Honolulu, I use half an aspirin. I put it in a bowl, I use a spoon, and I crush the aspirin down. Spoon has the same round thing as the edge of the bowl, huh? And I take this finely crushed aspirin. Now I put the powdered aspirin in not very much water, just a little bit like this, see? And now that's musical, isn't it? The thing is, this aspirin solution is still pretty acid. So baking soda is just sodium bicarbonate. It's a buffering solution. You add about a quarter teaspoon to your mixture with the aspirin and shake it up good. And now this aspirin has a pH that's high enough, takes the acidity out and takes the burn out of the aspirin, and it won't hurt your tummy. And it's nice and liquid. I take this, my backache fades away within a couple of minutes. I'm not taking opiates. I'm only taking a half an aspirin now, 3 times a day. Yeah. So this works good for pain. Remember, you're going to use aspirin, you got to add a little baking soda, crush it down so it won't burn you with the acidity. Works good. Try it. Okay, let's get into mental and emotional health. Neptune transits will do it. You'll have some periods in your life. What happens? Well, here we're going to talk about B vitamins. B vitamins are water soluble, and there's a bunch of them. B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, 9, 12. These are the essentials. They're all water soluble. And you know what? They have to work together. They're synergistic. So if you want to get these in your body, you can't just take one. if you, like some kids back in the hippie days used to take a bunch of B6 because they said, oh, the mosquitoes won't bite me. But if you take up one of these, your body's got to take the others out of the body to get rid of the excess. They have to go in together. They have to come out together, okay? They go into the body together, they come out of the body together. And what happens? They're water soluble. So your body has a reservoir where it keeps 2-3 days supply of these B vitamins. Yeah, it takes it out of your food. It's very good. It can find a little bit of B vitamins in food and take it out, put it in the reservoir. Now what happens is, if you go through a lot of stress, or you're taking bad drugs, or alcohol, or whatever big stress you're doing, you're going to use more B vitamins. And symptoms will appear. You get a red tip on your tongue, crevices in your tongue, wavy edges, cracks in the side of your mouth. Tell you different B vitamins you're deficient in. But what will happen is, if you don't have any B12 and B6 for a few days, this reservoir gets drawn down, and you'll get paranoid, anxious, won't sleep. You'll have mental health problems, yes, because you don't have any B vitamins. So you got to get some. How do you get them? Here's my favorite method: molasses. It's in the store. They took it out. They took all the B vitamins out of your sugar, and what comes out is molasses. All the B vitamins are there. So if you eat white sugar or white rice, the B vitamins are gone. It takes B vitamins to process white sugar. You give your kid white sugar, he takes the B vitamins out of his body. He gets criminal, paranoid, mental health systems upset. So everybody knows, don't give sugar to kids. It's not the sugar, it's the B vitamins. Now what happens is, if your reservoir is full and you've got lots of B vitamins, it overflows and it goes into the bladder and it turns your urine yellow. So if you're peeing yellow urine, that means your reservoir is full and it's overflowing. And I'll tell you, you can overflow it kind of easy because, a tablespoon of molasses, boy, that's a lot of B vitamins. Now here's my second best B vitamin guy. This is nutritional yeast. And you can get this at the health food store. It's really cheap. I just keep it in an old coffee can. I mean, you can buy, for a couple of bucks, you'll buy pounds of this. Pure B vitamins. The cats will eat it right off the counter. They love it so much. This is really healthy stuff. I like to take it in apple juice. So you'll see me drinking a drink like this. This is apple juice with yeast in it. If I get a little tired, feeling a little paranoid, well, get some B vitamins into that reservoir. Now there's some tricks here. If you take a B vitamin, a pill, you'll take lots and lots of this stuff. Bright yellow urine. Your body says, oh, I got 1,000%. I only need 1. I'll take 1% out of the 1,000. Then you run out of vitamins. Your body's still taking 1% out of your food. And it's not going to get enough for a while. It'll take it a week to catch up and start taking 20% of the vitamins out of your food. So the pills are like a trap. When you stop taking them, reservoir goes down, whang, no more yellow urine. You're paranoid, won't answer the phone. Don't take pills. You got to take foods like this, or the yeast. Yeast and molasses will replace B vitamins. I raised 4 little boys, and every morning they had their apple juice with some yeast in it with breakfast. So they weren't mental health problems at school. So this is important, these B vitamins. And putting a little bit of molasses or yeast in your diet. Most of all, watch your urine. If your urine goes white, there's no yellow in it for a couple days, you'll have mental health symptoms. Little ones. Yeah. We all get them now and then. Yeah, remember the good old days when a doctor would look at your tongue? He could tell from the state of your lips and your tongue which B vitamin you were deficient in. You know what they do for alcoholics that have the DTs? They give them a shot of concentrated B vitamins. So you can do it yourself, okay? Put a little molasses on anything. You can put yeast in almost anything. Watch the color of your urine. It's that simple. Don't take vitamin pills. You're getting too much of these things. And when you run out, tailspin, white urine, paranoia, yeah, don't take pills. You got to chew your food to get the vitamins out. Hey, need chart work? Neptune Uranus getting you down? Go to skymirrorastrology.com/TV. Go to my website. You can watch the old shows. Instructions on getting your chart work. Check it out.